The sweet spot in headphones isn't where most people think it is. Everyone's either chasing flagship features they don't need, or they're settling for entry-level performance that they'll likely outgrow. The real magic happens when heritage craftsmanship meets purposeful engineering at a price that actually makes sense. Keep believing you need to spend $3,000 or settle for $300 and you'll likely miss what truly matters. A headphone that delivers the intimacy and precision you're actually listening for, not just impressive specs you'll never use. At $799, the Meze STRADA headphones is the company's newest closed-back design. So let's start with what matters most. What are you actually getting when you put these headphones on, and how do they fit into your real life? The sound signature is what I'd call naturally dynamic. It's got this effortless ability to just make music come alive. You know, they're not trying to impress you here with an exaggerated bass response or artificial sparkle in the treble region. They're truly focused on control, precision, but also giving you a full-bodied, engaging listening experience that isn't going to fade into the background, but it's also not going to demand your attention and fatigue you over time. It has a great level of energy and authority, and it made songs like Sports Car from Tate McRae honestly impossible not to dance to. I was sitting at my desk trying not to tap my feet and not bother my coworker while I'm listening to these headphones. The lows were tight and impactful. You got enough weight and extension without it ever becoming overly muddied or rumbling at all. During my listening session, there actually was one standout moment that I experienced with these headphones, and it was with the Kid Leroy's song called Nights Like This Part 2. So this is a really synth-heavy track. It's moody and dark, and it almost borderlines on lo-fi beats, so you know that most of the emphasis here is in the low end. The Strada articulated the weight of the track perfectly. The sound was visceral and deep enough, and it delivered that in-your-head experience, but it was never fatiguing. The Strada has the perfect amount of low-end response for that versatile listener who's going to jump around from various genres. Maybe sometimes it's hip-hop, R&B, and pop, and other times it's country, jazz, and soft rock. It delivers the perfect amount of energy regardless of genre. The mid-range is transparent, and this is where the natural tonality of these headphones really came to life. Vocals are authentic and emotive, but they were never rich or lush sounding. So this is where things like vocals, acoustic guitars, and other string instruments were really the star of the show without having any added coloration. The highs are also smooth and extended, but they were never harsh or sibilant. I would say that overall, the Strada is what I would classify as a smooth, natural sounding headphone with a soundstage that's intimate enough, but it's not claustrophobic. I wouldn't necessarily say that the soundstage is really wide and really tall, but it's perfect for a closed back headphone. The Strada compares favorably to headphones like the Dan Clark E3 and Meze's Lyric 2. Obviously, all of these headphones are at different price points and they're each unique in their own regard, but I would say that the Strada holds well in this lineup. At $799, it sits between the 99 Classics at $349 and the Lyric 2 at $2,000. And this is where the real value lies for serious listeners. You're getting the Lyric's proven chassis, you're getting a driver that is built for closed-back tuning, a modular design, and several included accessories. Compared to the E3, the Strada delivers more definition and impact in the bass department, yet it possesses that same organic and balanced mid-range that made the E3 so popular. Both prioritize a balanced, musical, fatigue-free presentation where detail and accuracy never come second. The Strada and Lyric 2's shared DNA spans far beyond just aesthetics. Think of the Strada as the Lyric 2's little brother. They've got mutual DNA, but they each have unique identities. The Lyric 2's planar magnetic driver delivers that hallmark technical precision and speed that you would expect from a planar, while the Strada shines with its ability to deliver an authentic reproduction. Both headphones have a textured bass response that's alive and present in those high energy tracks, and I would say that the Strada is positioned perfectly in Meze's lineup. It's the sweet spot in high-end headphones. It bridges the gap between entry-level and top-of-the-line performance, and it rewards you with audio nirvana. The Strada is the headphone for relaxing and unwinding after a long day of work. You know, those times when you want to disappear into an album without being interrupted by outside noise. It's also your travel companion with an included hard-shelled carrying case for protection and that closed-back isolation. And it's your daily driver if you work from home or in a shared office and you need something comfortable enough to wear during those long listening sessions. Behind all that performance is some seriously thoughtful design work. The Strada uses the same chassis as the Lyric 2, but Meze didn't just copy and paste. They gave it a distinct identity with this rich green finish that requires 4 hand-painted layers, all applied by in-house artisans. This isn't a quick spray and ship situation. This is time-consuming, meticulous work that manufacturers wouldn't bother with. Why? Because it's expensive and it slows down production. But Meze takes the long road every time, because they're optimizing for quality, not quantity. Then you've got the macassar ebony wood ear cups. Meze has incorporated wood into its ear cups for many years now, and this heavy, dense hardwood was specifically chosen for its damping properties. It delivers a cleaner sound, and it just happens to look stunning with the deep, rich green finish, and then you get the rich brown tones and golden brown grain patterns. When I first opened the box, I immediately thought of your classic station wagon with its bright color and its wood paneling, except this is premium craftsmanship, not vinyl stickers. And that engineering extends to comfort too. You've got a lightweight magnesium frame that keeps the weight down to 330 grams. The headband is soft padded with smooth adjustment rods on each side that are going to distribute that pressure evenly across your head. And now these ear pads are where comfort comes to life. They're wrapped in soft PU leather that creates a reliable acoustic seal, but the inner chambers are lined with Alcantara to manage heat and moisture during your listening sessions. And here's something that you'll really appreciate. It has a magnetic ear pad mounting system. And yes, it is that easy. That easy. I'm not even putting any force. When your ear pads eventually wear out, because they all do, you can just swap them without any tools, without any struggling, and without any anxiety that you're gonna rip something, poke your fingers into the driver. You know, the chaos that comes with changing ear pads is gone here. Plus, every component in these headphones can be serviced or replaced. So you're getting years and years and years of happy listening here. Now for the included accessories, you're getting a hard shell carrying case with this velvet lining on the inside so your headphones stay nice and protected while you travel. You get 2 detachable headphone cables. With me here today is the 3.5mm to 3.5mm, but you also get a 3.5mm to 4.4 balanced cable, both with dual twisted Kevlar wrapped OFC conductors. And to store those cables in is none other than a small little leather pouch and a 6.3mm gold-plated adapter for those 2-channel setups. And for our Dragon cable fans, I have a recommendation. It's none other than our Bronze Dragon headphone cable. It's a dynamic and musical sounding cable. It delivers an incredibly tight and controlled sound quality, which is going to complement what the Strada already does incredibly well. The beating heart behind the sound is none other than a 50mm dynamic driver, and thanks to these magnetic removable ear pads, we get an up-close and personal view. Now this isn't just any dynamic driver. This is the driver that was first introduced in the 109 Pro headphones, but it's been refined and retuned specifically for a closed-back environment. The dome itself is this W-shaped carbon fiber reinforced cellulose composite. I know, a lot of words. It reproduces high frequencies with clarity, definition, and detail while still staying durable and lightweight. That combination helps reduce resonances in the driver, thus minimizing harmonic distortion. Surrounding the dome is the Torus, made of beryllium-coated semi-crystalline polymer. Meze applies the beryllium coating through a process called physical vapor deposition, which allows them to increase the driver's stiffness and durability without adding any extra weight to the headphone itself. That enables a fast transient response, which then translates to better detail retrieval and more realistic instrument timbre. And to bring us home, you've got the copper zinc alloy stabilizer around the membrane that absorbs vibrations and reduces distortion even further. All of this engineering results in what Meze describes as a naturally dynamic and effortlessly alive sound, and I think that that's pretty accurate. It's balanced and engaging. It doesn't demand that you sit in a perfectly quiet room to appreciate what it does well. However, it will demand that you pair it with a headphone amplifier, say one in a DAC amp combo, or a dedicated amp unit. As a dynamic driver headphone, it doesn't demand a lot of power, but it will certainly appreciate the added boost. At $799, the Strada isn't about chasing extremes. It's about finding that rare balance of intimacy, engineering precision, and timeless craftsmanship that you'll actually want to wear for hours on end. Now, if you're picking up the Strada to use on the go, which with the hard shell carrying case and the closed-back isolation just makes total sense, you're going to want a proper portable source to drive it. I put together a beginner's guide to buying a DAP that walks you through what actually matters when choosing a digital audio player. It's linked right here, and it'll save you from making expensive mistakes. Check it out now.